I'm Sherepta McLeod, and I'd like to talk to you today about the Bachelor of Arts in Multidisciplinary Studies program. In 2010, I was downsized from my position as a pharmaceutical research study coordinator, and I went to the Labor Department, and after their discussion, I decided that I would enroll in CWI and become an LPN, because I always thought that was my destiny. So I enrolled and started on their prerequisite courses. I had a couple of them that I hadn't finished to get into that program. And so along about June of 2011, CWI decided they were going to close the program and would not be enrolling a new class. That news devastated me because I had no job, no direction, and no ideas of what to do next. I started looking for a job, and I was hired by the Department of Health and Welfare Self-Reliance program. A friend also told me about the Bachelor of General Studies program, and I'll always be in debt to Charlie for giving me that information. I enrolled in the BGS program, which was the precursor to the MDS program, in the fall of 2011. I had 60 credits under my belt, and I thought, with my background in healthcare, I'm going to find a position in Medicaid. So I created an IDP, which is the Individual Degree Plan, heavy with communication and family studies. The next turn in my journey came in October of 2012 when I moved from the Department of Health and Welfare to Boise State University. I was initially hired as the receptionist in the Dean of the College of Health Sciences office. Then I moved into what is actually the business office of the School of Nursing. So I looked at my IDP, and I had to change that focus from family studies to business. This program has the flexibility that I could do that. About the same time, the BGS program changed to a Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science in Multidisciplinary Studies. The program and I were both growing together, and that's why I stuck with it. I had 2 classes every spring and fall, and usually 1 class in the summer. I was able to use my IDP to make a plan to learn what I needed to learn. I was able to change my catalog year as it became appropriate, and oddly enough, I applied for a job in the Foundational Studies program. I didn't get the job, but while I was there for my interview, it was determined that I could waive my MDS 300 class, so they did that for me. I found everyone in this program to be so very helpful. In this program, I learned what I needed to learn to do my job. I knew nothing about being a business office, so I took classes and I learned how to work in a business office. And now I'm creating one because there's never been a clinical placement coordinator for the nurse practitioner program at Boise State, because there's never been a nurse practitioner at Boise State in the last many years. So this program let me be flexible, let me learn what I needed to learn. Oddly, I'll not only receive a bachelor's degree when I graduate, but also a certificate in technical communication. I didn't know I needed to really like technical communication until I took a TC class, and early as a prerequisite for a leadership class I wanted to take. I found out I absolutely love technical communication. I also learned about conflict management and response, so I'm a better team player and I can adapt to situations that used to baffle me. And my classes in leadership, project management, and human resource management has taught me a global view of the world. Like I said, I moved into the adult gerontology nurse practitioner program in August 2015. While my background in healthcare is an asset to working in this job, I've found out that what I've learned in this degree plan has been helping me do the job. I had no idea that business intelligences and using Power Pivot and the relationships between groups of data would help me track preceptors, but it does on a daily basis. Now I'm in my capstone class. This has been a time of reflection, of stretching, and of total senioritis. My e-portfolio gave me the opportunity to revisit what I'd gained as I earned my degree. It also led me back into those nostalgic memories of all the fun times we had in classes, the great people and the great groups I've worked with, and just what a true pleasure that my degree plan and my getting this degree has been. We also have a component that where you have to do a research paper or you have to do a project. I chose a project and I have the opportunity to serve my community. Just like the degree plan in the MDS program, this project was entirely up to me. I got to design it, I got to decide on it, and I got to manage it. So, my project was creating a community outreach program for the Medical Reserve Corps. The Medical Reserve Corps is basically it's a derivative of the City Readiness Initiative and the Public Health Preparedness Capabilities National Standards for State and Local Planning. In short, the mission of the MRC is to help communities prepare for and survive any emergency, whether man-made or natural. Your local MRC is affiliated with your local health department. I've been an MRC volunteer for the last 5 years. I found the training rewarding and the community assistance to be very enjoyable. I feel like I made a connection, a contribution to my community, and also a connection with the people I work with. I've been able to network with a lot of great people, and since I try to help out when they do the school physicals, the sports physicals, I get to participate in that and meet a lot of people that I have been working on to recruit as preceptors for my program. Like I said, I network my way through this program. I created 3 flyers to distribute across campus and the surrounding area. I wanted to be able to invite people and make them aware of the fact that we do have an MRC and it's kind of easy to participate in and very valuable. I also distributed the MRC brochure. I spoke to several classes to invite them to join the MRC. I focused on the health science classes and leadership classes, and they all had a leadership learning component. I also made my flyers easy to edit, so any MRC in Idaho can add their logo and distribute the flyers. There's only an annual campaign of public service announcements that goes statewide that's currently the advertisement for the MRC. I'm hoping that my flyers will become an augment to the public services campaign to help introduce the MRC to the citizenry of Idaho. Unfortunately, the results were not what I hoped that they would be. Most of the students I talked to wanted to wait until summer to investigate the MRC, and during my project period, we did not see a rise in volunteerism. I'd hoped for results that were better than that, but if the students join later, I'll be perfectly happy, and I thoroughly enjoyed this experience in spite of the apparent outcome. I've talked so much about work. You know, my education is giving me all the skills that I can use at work, and I've talked about many of them with you, but really importantly, I learned how to be a better parent and a better spouse, too. In my developmental psychology class, I learned how to speak teenager. My youngest child was 13 when I started this program. She's 19 now. We've maintained a solid relationship throughout the years. I understood her better as she was growing up because of what I learned in that psych class. And my husband and I have a great relationship, and communication is key to any good relationship. Like I said, took lots of communication classes and even a couple of them that were conflict management. You know, I have become an example in my family. They've always been supportive and proud of me. They now understand that you can finish anything you start, no matter how long it takes you to get done. And the bonus of it is my daughter plans to become a nurse practitioner. My future is so bright, I have to wear shades. I want to give a big shout out thank you to Boise State for giving me this wonderful option for an education. I want to thank Vicki, Alexis, and Rebecca from the MDS program. You always had my back, and you were always there for me. And finally, my deepest thanks to all of my instructors. You work nights and weekends to educate me. I've held a full-time 8-to-5 job the entire time I've been in this program. But these instructors that are willing to work those off hours have given me the chance to earn this degree. and I owe very much all of it to you. Thank you very much.